Hey everyone, it's Zach here with another episode of Hope for Master Ball. Today, hopefully, my audio stays put for a whole episode, but we are going to continue with the Malamar team. I do like it. It does have its flaws. Anything fairy really threatens it, which is why the Rillaboom's there to handle the Tapu Fini, but Togekiss has been making a comeback, so it's kind of hard against Togekiss, but I am enjoying the team. I do like how the team is basically set up to stall out Dynamax. And so we have Celesteela. Okay. I feel like I need Rillaboom here. And do I take Spectrier or do I take Landorus? I feel like with the Urshifu and the Mimikyu, I don't want to bring Spectrier. So I guess we'll go Landorus. With the two bulky Pokemon in Milotic and Celesteela, and then Sinuor, I really don't want Registeel. I think I want to superpower the Milotic and get a light screen up. Solid damage on the Milotic. And we bulk up our defense. And we'll just see a Scald. And they do get the burn, unfortunately. And a taunt. I could get a +1 Facade now. And a Spirit Break just to break Mimikyu's disguise. That's really good damage. There's the Haze. Okay. And we'll see a Trick Room. I just want to keep chipping them down, because even if we don't take out Milotic, we do have Rillaboom in the back to handle Milotic. Will-O-Wisp, so you get the burn on Grimmsnarl as well. And just another Scald. This should be Celesteela coming in. It's actually going to be Marowak. How many more turns of Taunt do we have? One more turn of Taunt. But is this your Dynamax Mon? We will eat up one turn of Dynamax though. Max Quake, that should be into the Malamar. Okay. Grassy Glide should be enough to knock out the Mimikyu, and we need to knock out the Mimikyu because we have to worry about Will-O-Wisp. So we set up the Reflect. We do knock out the Mimikyu. And we'll see a Max Rockfall. And your last one's Urshifu. I feel like we should double into the Urshifu here, because Landorus just finishes the Marowak, especially if Trick Room ends. And you tried to Sucker Punch the Rillaboom, and Grassy Glide went first, so that prevented Sucker Punch from going off. So Screens was really helpful to just stalling out this team overall, and it's funny that Malamar, because of Facade, was able to handle but a Grassy Glide here, that should be match at this point. And the battle was canceled. Which makes sense, because we took the Urshifu off the board without it doing anything. Rillaboom was able to get a free Grassy Glide off, and I mean, once we bring up Landorus through Reflect and Intimidate, like, Marowak can't really do much to it. It seems that all I had to do was just unplug my Elgato and plug it back in. This is a tough one. We could bring in Grimmsnarl and Scary Face and either Max Quake I think with the Charizard and the Torkoal, like, Registeel isn't good here. We've just had a bunch of matches where, like, I don't think taking the time to set up Registeel is viable. Landorus and P2. So you immediately give us a +1. And I think here I want to superpower the Porygon 2 and just set up a Reflect. Because I want a Scary Face to outspeed the Landers to get the defense boost beforehand, but I'm also worried about them going for Trick Room. Ooh, your U-turn, so that means you're probably Assault Vest. And there's the Trick Room. We should see Ice Beam come out from Porygon. But if you have Trick Room, you might not have Ice Beam. And as long as Grimmsnarl survives, we could either side Scary Face to get the speed advantage in Trick Room, or just Spirit Break to lower the Porygon's special attack. There is the Ice Beam that does a lot, and you're actually slower. I actually want to max guard here and hit the P2 with a Spirit Break. P2 might just recover, but I feel like they're going to go aggressive into the Landorus. Yeah. There's 2 more turns of Trick Room. Let's Scary Face our Landorus. P2 still slower. And just a U-turn, so they want to rotate in Intimidates. And they should just bring Landorus back in. We're -2. We're at half speed. I think an Eruption just wins it for them. Because they probably have Venusaur in the back. We are Focus Sash. I don't think we one-shot the Landorus, though. And there's the Venusaur. Oh no, I totally forgot that it was Assault Vest. And we don't have Protect. Dude, it is 3v1 and you're launching Sleep Powder. Good game to my opponent. That's one thing you really have to factor in, that sometimes Landorus, especially the Assault Vest, carries U-turn, and that's usually enough to knock out the Malamar. So what we should have done is brought in, like, if in a game 2 situation, I would bring Registeel in the back and switch into Registeel, but I guarantee because of the U-turn that Landorus was Assault Vest. Yeah. Makes sense. Good game. They don't have a way to set Trick Room? I want Rillaboom to go up against the water types, but I also want Landorus to go against Raichu and Alola Marowak. But I also think that Registeel could show up well in this game, especially if they set the rain and don't bring the Alola Marowak. Because I think you bring Kingdra, Politoed, Raichu, Marowak. Actually, it's going to be Glastrier and Politoed. So I think here we can go for a Superpower and a Reflect. And basically be at +2. What I worry about is the Glastrier being weakness policy. And hopefully the recording is still sounding well. I don't hear any jitteriness on my side. Oh, and there's the weakness policy. In your Hypnosis. I just want to keep going for Superpower and see if Registeel will survive. Malamar should stay asleep this turn. Just a Scald and a Hailstorm. Malamar hangs on though. I think we protect here. Malamar stays asleep. They might just Scald into it. Pear Song. The Pear Song was a good move because it forces us I mean, from here, like, the rest of the match is easy for them. Because from here, you switch out Politoed, let Registeel go down to Parasong, like last year, if it needs to go down to Parasong, and just try to put as much damage on the Landorus with last year and Politoed before Parasong goes off. But I want to say, yeah, you probably switch into the Raichu next to get Fake Out in. Hypnosis. Wonderful. So we lose our last turn of Max. And the last one's going to be Celesteela. We'll try to Rock Fall the Celesteela. And then we'll Body Press the Politoed. Yeah, because the Politoed had to switch. And you try to set up Leech Seed. Registeel goes down. From here, you just, like, you don't even need to switch in Politoed right now. We're forced to Rock Slide. Good game. Life Orb, Kingdra. Yep. I think where we went wrong is allowing the Glacier to get its weakness policy. We kind of should have expected that. And probably went into the Politoed. Because as long as we don't let Glacier get its weakness policy until it's like chipped down, we actually could have handled it pretty well. So I think we just played that one wrong. And the Parasong there kind of punishes my team, because my team's pretty passive at the beginning, where you kind of just stall out the Dynamax and boost up Registeel. So by leaving Registeel on the field and getting the Parasong off, you leave it so like I can't have an endgame where I boost up Registeel. Okay, so what do we have? We have the Togekiss. I feel like this is a game where I could lead the Spectrair and Registeel. What I do have to worry about, though, is the Urshifu. Togekiss and Urshifu. Yeah, that covers. Oh, it's Water Urshifu. I want to bring in Rillaboom. And maybe I should hit the Urshifu. But without Sucker Punch and Wicked Blow, like, I feel a whole lot better about going up against this Urshifu. Except I found out... Okay. So Rillaboom will get intimidated, which isn't the best. That was a really good switch. I want to max Quake the Incin, but I'm worried that it might just switch back out into Togekiss. But we have to fake it out here. Yep. I'm just doubling into the Urshifu now. And now we see Max Kiss. Urshifu's going to detect. And you should max Airstream. Now, Shadow Ball enough. We'll have to see. You could Aqua Jet the Spectrier here. I was about to say, we shouldn't take much from a Max Airstream. We have to Rock Slide here. And probably Body Press the Urshifu. Surging Strike should go into Landorus. And you have Max Flare. We were just outplayed almost every single match. I think the Malamar team has ran its course. We also got to go against some pretty cool teams. But good game. Well, hopefully the audio throughout this video works. If it does, you're hearing me now. If you made it this far in the video, I want to say thanks for watching. I think we're gonna look for something else for the next episode and start working on the next team for Hope for Master Ball. But tell me what you guys want to see. Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're new here, think about subscribing. Don't forget to like the video. But until next time, I'm Zach, and we'll see everyone later.